Hello and welcome back to another episode of Wealth in Christ, show where we inspire the masses to become financially free while building God's kingdom. On the show today, we're going to discuss a couple of myths that people have in regards to money. And I hope through this video, I'm able to debunk some of this myth for you guys so we can have a better understanding of how money and how we should view money in life. The first saying that I want to deal with is that money is the root of all evil. This is actually a misquote of First Timothy 6:10, which states, "For the love of money is the root of all kind of evil. It's through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs." This scripture highlights how many people put money on a pedestal in their life, before God, before anyone, before anything in their life. Money is the number one thing. Money controls what they do. And in this case, as the scripture said, is the root of all kind of evil. Because oftentimes when someone has a strong desire, a strong hunger for money, have money on a pedestal, they want to get money by any means, they're willing to commit any kind of evil. They're not willing to do it the legal way. They want the quick and fast way in order to get money. A lot of the decisions that they make is regarding to how quickly they can reach a certain amount of money. And they don't care who they have to hurt. They don't care who is hurt in the process as long as they get their money. And this is an example of the love of money that the scriptures talk about is the root of all kind of evil. Another saying that people often say is that rich people are greedy. And while this might be the case for some people, some rich people, some wealthy people, it's actually not the case for all wealthy individuals. You will find that, to say rich people are greedy or all rich people are greedy is almost a contradicting statement, because when you look at different foundations to help women, help children, to help men, to help veterans, you often see is usually a wealthy person sponsoring it. Is usually a wealthy person who's generous, who has a huge passion for the cause, and is putting their money behind this cause to make a positive impact. So the statement that rich people are greedy is not true. It may be the case with some people, but it's not the case for 100% of people. And it's interesting, people always think that rich people are the only kind of people that can be greedy. But some poor people can also be considered as greedy because they tend to care for themselves more than anyone else, especially when it comes to financially. They only look out for themselves. They only look to take care of themselves. So as soon as they get money, all they're doing is spending it on themselves. They're not adding any other value to anyone's life. So to make a blank statement that all rich people or rich people in general are greedy is a very false statement. Another saying that's often mentioned is that money will solve all your problems. And while money will make your life easier, it will help you financially. There's problems that money can solve, which are health related issues, emotional, personal problems. That money cannot solve. It can provide you the ability to get resource in order to solve these problems, but it won't solve your problem emotionally if you are stressed out, overwhelmed. Money can provide you the resources to not feel overwhelmed, but it still requires you to do certain things in order for you not to be overwhelmed, not in order for you not to feel depressed or sad. It requires you to still put in the work. And when you talk about health related issues, there's certain diseases that many of us know today that still don't have a solution to them. There's still no vaccine for people to take in order to treat, and people are still dying from these different things. So it's important to mention that money just it doesn't guarantee that your whole life, would change for the better. Financially, your life will change for the better. You're able to access more resource, but it may not bring you fulfillment. It may not change your health status. It may not change where you are mentally, or spiritually. Those are things that you have to go to God. You have to do the work yourself in order to see the change that you want. Another statement that people often make in regards to money is that you cannot be a child of God and be wealthy, or you cannot be a Christian and be wealthy. And this statement, if you know the mission of Wealth in Christ, you would know that I believe that that's factually not true. We have seen different examples in the Bible of people who were a child of God, who honor God, and and they were blessed. They were wealthy. They had the financial resource. What are you talking about Abraham? What are you talking about King David? What are you talking about different people in the Bible? The person that gave Jesus um his his tomb, that was a wealthy person. You know, it just goes back to say that it goes back to the scripture. You know, you can become wealthy without loving money. It's possible to become wealthy without loving money because you understand the principle. You understand money is just a tool. And once you understand money is just a tool, you would just treat it as that and nothing more. And there's many people in our daily in our modern day that we can look up to, we can see, and we can see how they steward their wealth, how they steward their wealth in a way that honors God. And there's so many different people. So to say this that you can't be a Christian, you can't be a child of God and be wealthy is a very false statement. It's not true at all in any way. Because in order to continue to spread the gospel and reach every part of the world, we need wealthy Christians who can support this mission. We need wealthy Christians who can support these causes. Statement that's often, a lot of people often believe as well, is that it's impossible to get rich without exploiting other people. It's impossible to get rich without taking advantage of people. And that's not true at all, because there's many people, you can look up that you can see that they built their wealth ethical, they contribute to society, they created jobs, they innovated, provided value and service without exploiting anyone, and a lot of us are benefiting from these people that have put in the works, the hours, 10,000 hours that's often mentioned in order for us to enjoy life a little better. And, there's so many ways in order to reach financial freedom, whether it's investing in the stock market, whether it's investing in real estate. And I'm not saying these people won't make mistakes. I'm not saying these people are angels or perfect, but there's so many ways to do things legally, and morally right without having to exploit anyone, and without having to rob somebody, without having to steal from somebody, without having to take advantage of anyone's situation. There's so many different routes that you can take. And, I believe that if you're providing value, the money will follow you. You provide enough value to society, the money will follow you. The money will just come naturally because of the value you provide into society. Another saying that's often spoken a lot, and you can see across social media, is you need a high income to save money. People often think that they need to be making high six figures or six figures in general, or have X amount of dollars in order to start saving and start preparing for the future, start preparing for retirement. No, the way you manage $100 is the way you would manage $1,000. The way you manage $1,000 is the same way you would probably manage $10,000, $100,000, and $1,000,000, and so on and so forth. The way you manage the little you have, the way you save your money, the way you and the little you have, is the same way if God was supposed to bless you more, you were supposed to get a better job, or your business supposed to start growing. It's the same way you're probably going to manage. And if you're struggling to save money, and you have a high income, that's a personal issue. That's a problem that you have to look into yourself and figure out, why are you not able to save? What do you need to cut back? What are some changes you need to make? 18% of individuals make six figures, and 33% of households make six figures. And out of that 18%, 33% of those people making six figures individuals, 33% of them are living paycheck to paycheck. So it's not that making money will automatically equate to be able to save more money. Why it could be, but you can save the little you have now. So you can learn how to save now with the little you have. It'll be much easier for you to save when you see bigger paycheck and better and bigger finances and money coming towards you. And then lastly, people often say you need to be lucky to be wealthy, or you need to come from a rich family in order to be wealthy. So according to a study done by Dave Ramsey, it was found that 79% of millionaires, or 79% of millionaires that they studied, their interview, did not receive any inheritance from parents or other family members. Which goes to say that many millionaires are made and not born. Many people are becoming first generation millionaires, and if you want to even go more deeper, a lot of times wealth is not passed down properly. By the time wealth is passed down from the first generation to the second generation, is more than half of that wealth is gone. And by the third generation, almost 90% or even more there's no proof of that wealth that was once in that family. That's why, it makes sense that 79% of millionaires, they had to start from the bottom. They had to learn how to invest. They had to learn how to manage a business. You know, that way they can reach the status that we all know today. And some of us maybe looking to reach that status, a billion millionaire. But it's just to let you know that, a lot of people do start from scratch. A lot of people do work their way, and it's possible for you to also do the same. Like always, I hope this bless you guys. I hope this encourage you guys. I hope you guys, I hope this video helps shed some light on some lies you may be been told, or you maybe have thought was the case when it came to money. And I hope you also do your research and not only take my word as the final say, but also do your research and comment down if you may disagree with any of this myth that I may have debunked it. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Stay blessed.